Okay, let's do this. How many people have you killed? SAS soldier answers your question. All that I know about the SAS are that they're basically the Marines of the UK, and that's basically all I know. So I'm going into this video, knowing zero information about what he does. As it is.
How quickly could you take out everyone in this room? Depends what I've got, doesn't it? Look, decent sized grenades should just about cope with this stuff. If I'm down to a sharp pencil, it's going to take a while and get a bit messy, isn't it?
Yeah, how we went into specific detail, like he actually like thought about it in depth. Was like, I'll get that pencil and stab him in the gut multiple times, and he'll bleed all over. It's like, oh, okay.
Hi, my name's Big Phil Campion. I'm former 22 SAS, and I spent a little bit of time on the circuit doing some paramilitary stuff abroad, but we'll find out all about that later, I'm sure.
Respect.
I'm here to answer some questions from the honesty box. Here we go. Are the SAS the best in the world? Don't need to ask that, yes. Right, here we go.
I feel like it's very even if you think you are the best, it's very like what's it called? What's the word I'm thinking of? Fuck, my mind's going blank. Like very boastful. That's not a word I'm thinking of, but it's close enough. It's like boasting about how you're the best, even if you are the best. Like saying it makes you seem like an asshole. doesn't make you look good in any way.
We like that, don't we?
Who comes second?
Hang on.
I feel like he would say the Marines, unless he just wants to keep it in the UK. So I don't know if he's gonna say MI6 or something like that.
The SBS, they come second, and then outside of that, they're non.
I'm hearing new terms that I've never heard. SBS, the Special Boat Service, is. Oh, so the SBS is basically the Marines of the US, since like they're literally the same thing. They're part of the Royal Navy. Okay.
Runners, as far as I'm concerned. Right, here we
New
go. What is
things.
selection like? Right, okay, here we go. Selection into the Special Air Service. It lasts.
I wonder if it's harder or easier than the Marines, because I've seen videos about the Marine, like what's it called, like recruitment training. It's very intense, and like I think it's like maybe 15%. Like what? No, now I need to check the percentage on how many actually pass the training. So let me see. I do wonder. Because I think it was like 20%. Let me check. How many people pass the Marines boot camp? Let's see. Oh wait, no. I'm definitely writing something wrong, because it says 85 to 90%. Oh wait. I think I'm mistaking Navy SEALs. How many pass? I think that's the one I'm thinking about. Yep, that's the one. The Marines, not. I was mistaken in my mind. I meant the Navy SEALs. The Navy SEALs, only 10 to 15% of candidates who begin actually pass, which is crazy. Like, if you have 100 people, only 10 of them will pass. Like, fuck.
About 6 months ish, give or take. It is extremely hard.
6 months,
give or take.
I feel like that's really long. 6 months of training?
It is extremely hard. However, and I always say this to people, although it's hard, it is enjoyable. All right, once you get the hills phase out of the way.
It's hard to believe.
The hills is basically everyday bigger pack, running, walking over hills. But once you get into the jungle, you're soldiering, you're learning stuff. And I like learning stuff, do you know what I mean? So that sort of like outweighs the difficulty and the hardship. It's because I'm learning and I'm doing cool stuff. So yeah, it's
I can see it.
but it's not impossible. If you had 300 people turn up, you would probably be looking at maybe 10 or 15 would pass.
That's less than the Navy SEALs. If he's saying 300 out of the 300 people that apply, only 10 pass, that would be way lower than Navy SEAls. Then that's, in a way, it's like if you pass it, you feel so good about yourself. Like you made it. You're like the one out of 300. You know what I mean? Like the one out of how many people that have made it. But to apply and knowing that it's that low of a chance for you to even pass, it's like it's very demoralizing.
I think statistically, and don't quote me on this, we can quote me on this, but it might not be true, is what I'm trying to say. You've got more chance of playing professional football in this country as you have becoming a member of the SAS. And that's the message that I do like to try and get to young people nowadays, is that it isn't impossible to be a member of the SAS. And that's the message that I do like to try and get professional football in this country as you have becoming a member of the SAS. And that's the message that I do like to try and get to young people nowadays, is that it isn't impossible, all right? You get a few people perhaps fail it, go back to their units and say, oh, yeah, they made me carry this great big truck a bit. Oh, it's impossible. No, you're a liar. Because if someone like me can pass it, someone like you can pass it, right? There you go.
Why do you think you were able to pass?
Saying that after saying that only 10 out of 300 people pass, it's like, I don't think you're saying the truth. I don't think it's that as easy as you make it out to be.
It's just the mindset. I wanted to be there. Selection is designed to see if you want to be there or not, okay? And the rest of it is monkey see, monkey do. And if monkey can't do, monkey goes home. What makes you a good soldier? Great question. Absolutely great question. I get asked this a lot by young men. You know, what makes you a great soldier? What makes you a good soldier? And I always tell them one thing. It's the basics done well. Okay, if you do your basics well, you will become a good soldier. Forget about dangling off ropes and jumping through doors and kicking windows in and all that sort of stuff. All that stuff will come. It's the basics. The very basics, and soldiers will know what the basics are. The stuff that you learn from day one, you know, it's the stuff that you'll carry with you. It's your foundation, and you'll carry that for the rest of your soldiering career. So get that right, all right, and you're on your way. How does it feel to kill someone? I knew this question was going to be in there, and there's...
Now we're getting into the interesting stuff. How does it feel to kill someone? I feel like he'll say that at first it's very difficult. Because it's like once you get that first like kill, it's easier from then on. But just being able to kill someone for the first time is the biggest hurdle, and after that it gets easier by time. It's still like a way on your conscience, because some people, like stories that I've heard from like veterans and how they have PTSD from the people that they killed, even though it became easier, it still weighed on their conscience. Some people are total psychopaths. Like after being in the military, killing 200, 300, 500 people, they sleep like babies at night. Zero remorse, zero regret. They would actually want to kill more people. And it's crazy to me when I saw like when someone, for example, like does multiple tours. For example, like let's say in Iraq, when they did like multiple tours, they went once, twice, 3 times, and they keep applying. That's crazy to me. Like you want to go get back into the battlefield. Like,
there's sort of like a standard answer that you'd get if you asked your granddad and that, and they'd be indifferent to it and they'd refer to it as a target or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a little bit more to it than that for me. None of these people that we've sort of like relieved of their time on this.
But I feel like the reason that people they basically dehumanize the person that they're killing by saying it's a target. It's like when, for example, if you went to like a slaughterhouse and you name the pig or cow before you kill it, it makes it way harder killing it. But if you basically dehumanize the thing, or like just give no um, individuality or no characteristics to that thing, it's easier to like get it over with. But if you start naming the cow and you're like, oh, this is da da da, and start making up like stories about it, it's like, and then you have to kill it. It feels way worse.
This planet have been particularly nice people. They've all had an agenda whereby they want to see me dead, or they've all done something completely disgusting and horrible. So actually, in terms of the deed itself, I'm quite happy about it, if I'm perfectly honest. And that
wasn't the answer I was expecting or hoping for. I felt like it was coming when it like in the way he was speaking. Saying he's happy about it.
people, so actually, in terms of
Let me just get exact
the
quoting.
deed itself, I'm quite happy about it.
Yeah, he literally said, "I'm quite killing people." That's just another Sunday afternoon. Kill someone, get a cup of tea. Yeah, nice day. Like, I don't know how you can even like think in that way to where like it becomes like we were talking about his first kill. He's like, I'm perfectly happy about it, honestly. And I feel like people who think like that, they dehumanize the person they're killing so much to where they're no longer a person. They're just a thing that they're killing. And they basically associate that person or like thing by being so bad and evil that to them, this is necessary. I have to kill this person. And that's why he literally said he's happy about it. I never expected someone to say, unless it's a serial killer, like no no shade on this guy, but like him saying he feels happy about it.
If I'm perfectly honest, and that might sound a little bit sort of like bullish, and maybe it is, but you probably, after an action in combat, are going to be fairly pumped up. You're going to be fairly glad that you've made it through the other side, and you're going to be
For a second, I thought you were going to be like, you're very glad you killed someone. Like,
glad that you've done your job. And if you're dealing with people that are extremely nasty, like, say, for instance,
that's what I meant. When you dehumanize the other person enough to where they're basically evil, then you killing them is actually something you should be happy about. And I'm not supporting ISIS or Al Qaeda, but like, just killing someone, even if you don't know, because you're killing him, you don't even know him personally. You just because he belongs to that group or whatever group, you have zero like emotion about killing that person.
Or Al Qaeda or people like that, you've done the world a favour. So actually, you could be forgiven for being quite chuffed of yourself, to be honest. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave that there. Did you wholeheartedly trust your comrades? 100%, yeah, without a doubt. And I still.
The problem is, I know this is like very political to say, is sometimes the people they kill over there are not Al Qaeda or ISIS. Sometimes they do kill civilians. And for example, like he just talked about, because he dehumanized, because basically, I'm not gonna say him in specific, but in general, the armies or like people that go there, they just assume everyone is on the evil side, where like they're all ISIS or they're all Al Qaeda or they must be working for them. They're on their side, and all of them are against us. They basically go in that mindset. They're against us. We're the good guys. They must die. They're definitely trying to protect them. And going with that mindset, I'm sure like causes problems, and I'm sure they've killed innocent people. You know, the funny thing is, it's the same thing as well. I'm gonna go into like U.S. specific because that's what I know from what I've seen. U.S. officers and like how like discrimination occurs and where like they shoot up innocent people and people who are literally defenseless. Uh, that's because they, for example, when they shoot black people, for example, they in their mind they're going up to this person. They already assume he's the enemy. He's definitely a a bad person. He's definitely doing something wrong. So when you go into that mindset, anything that person does, you're automatically at fault. Shoot them. Get this done with them. Protect yourself.
Do you know what I mean? If they were, you know, if they were to back me up or to be at my side now, I would 100%. You know, and I don't even need to test that. So, okay, if you could only take 3 things in a survival situation, what would they be?
That's an interesting question. I personally feel like you have to have a tool, like an axe or a knife, like something that you can use to do other stuff, because you'll definitely need a basic like weapon or stuff to cut down trees, to cut sticks, spears. I feel like a knife or like a multi-tool will be very essential. Like if you can take like a Swiss Army, that's clutch. The second thing, I feel like flint, so you can make a fire. Cause like I've seen Naked and Afraid and Survivor, and them using 2 sticks and rubbing it together and making friction and that causing a fire. No fucking way I'm doing that. No fuck. There's no world where I do that and it actually makes fire. I can already imagine myself being on an island. It's raining. I'm getting cold. I'm freezing, and I keep doing that for like 3 days in a row. No fire. No sparks. Nothing. It's basically a big puff of nothing. Nothing. Hmm. Other than the flint and steel knife, what else would I want? I feel like string. I feel like string is very universal. Like you can do a load of stuff with string. Just having like a row of string, you can do fishing hooks. Mm. You can fish with it. Because in essence, you don't have dip. Doesn't have to be on. Maybe a fishing line. Fishing line that will be really clutch. I think that's what I take.
Bear Grylls. Someone who knows what he's doing, right? A decent knife, something
See,
to collect water in, and a bit of warm kit. And I think you just about get by with anything there. Do you know what I mean? So there you go. Decent knife, massively important. Massively important. You can do anything if you've got a decent knife.
exactly. This is essential.
Right, how many people have I killed? Personally, I can't put a
Uh, I was about to make a guess, but him saying personally, couldn't put a number on it. It's already shocking, because that means he lost count. So it's definitely over the 20s.
a number on it because some of the stuff that I've been sort of like engaged with has also been engaged with other people's. And unfortunately, sometimes some of the people, a couple of people that I've probably would have claimed as mine, have dropped in a place where I haven't been able to go and get them. So it's sort of like I haven't been able to go, yeah, definitely mine. All right, so I don't know. I generally don't know. I can account for one for definite, which I ran over in Afghanistan. He was definitely.
He ran and do it over. Oh my god. That's crazy. That's crazy. Running a dude over. Oh damn.
Definitely dead.
I
Outside
would
of
think
that,
so.
it's all been stuff that other people have been shooting at. I've been shooting at as well. So, you know, don't know. Is someone like Rambo or One Man Killing Machine possible? Right, you do
Let me
get. You
skip
do
down.
get. Seen. I've witnessed on duty. I've seen a couple. I've seen a couple of large explosions, which have done quite a bit of damage, and there's been parts of this, that, and the other all over the place, and you've not been able to sort of identify what part came off what bit and all that.
Wait.
Which have done quite a bit of damage, and there's been parts of this, that, and the other all over the place, and you've not been able to sort of identify what part came off what bit and all that sort of stuff. So I've seen.
He's saying that someone has been blown up so bad that they couldn't identify body pieces. They don't know if that's a hand, that's a leg. Oh my god. things like these make me happy that I live where I live, and I live at the time when I do. I didn't live in that time where like they went into fucking war and like got blown up to
A couple like
smithereens.
that. I would just say, yeah, first time I saw a stack of dead bodies, you know, lined up, which was in Sierra Leone. That was probably about, well, I don't know, 10, 15 bodies, all misshapen and beaten up a little bit, you know, obviously dead. That's sort of like, it's not the normal thing to see, but yeah, so I don't know, horrifying. Expected
That's
horrifying, so it's not as bad as horrifying. You know, if you stumble across something in the street and not expecting to see that sort of thing, that's more horrifying than actually thinking I'm going to probably cause a little bit of this. And before you go in thinking, right, you can prepare for it. But if you've just turned up on site and you see something,
I can't imagine like being in his situation. That the amount of like shock, you just be like speechless. Like you wouldn't know what to do, say, or how to feel. It's like, oh my
like
god.
that, then, and that's never happened to me. So, yeah, horror.
And these are the things that make the vets or like people who go over there make them dead inside. To where like it's the same thing as what they call paramedics. When paramedics deal with so much death and gruesome scenes, they're literally the first people on scene at a crash, a crime, a stabbing, whatever it is. There's always first people on scene, so they see gruesome shit, and that a lot of dead people, a lot of dismembered people. So after a certain point, they become numb to it. To where like seeing a dead body to them is just like another day at work. They no longer like feel anything towards that. It's like and I feel like you eventually have to develop. If as a paramedic, you need to, because if you get emotional every time, it's like it will eat away at you.
Fine. Yeah.
It'll be very hard.
How many people you know have died? Unfortunately, quite a few. And that's not just from just because you survive one battle, it doesn't mean you win the war. Sometimes survive without food. Me about 5 minutes. You know, off the top, mate, I don't know. But you can go with without food.
I'm guessing a week.
A good while, but water, forget about it.
It also depends on how far
you
you are.
off. You do need water. Do you know what I mean? To keep yourself running. You know, you're talking in days and hours there, as opposed to days and weeks with probably food if you're unlucky. How quickly could you take out everyone in this room?
Yeah, this is what we said.
Depends what I've got, doesn't it? Decent sized grenades to just about cope with this stuff. If I'm down to a sharp pencil, it's going to take a while and get a bit messy, isn't it?
It feels like, I don't know. It feels like weird. What's it called? There's a word I'm thinking of. I keep forgetting like specific words that I'm thinking about, but it feels like macabre, like in how he's talking about it, so chill and making fun of it.
Oh dear! So almost whoever asked that was like, "And can you show us?" That was- Would you rather fight a lion, shark, or a bear?
If we're assuming each one is in its own habitat, I would go with a shark. Then again, I feel like a shark. I feel like the most realistic one is a shark. Because if you just avoid its mouth, like if you can just track it and like just avoid the mouth, and once you like get it in like a hold, I feel like it's dead. But a lion, nah, like it's a lion's so strong. Like I've seen videos. A lion's so strong. Like no fucking way you'll be able to do anything to a lion. It will throw you around. A bear also. But have you seen bear claws? How sharp they are? Like, I feel like the most realistic one is a shark. Honestly.
Oh dear!
Because if you're prepared and you know where the shark is coming from, you're like, okay, I'm ready.
I think I'd rather take them all on at the same time, and then at least I know I'm guaranteed a quick end. Do you know what I mean? Because I ain't winning that one. Have you ever been flashbanged? Yes, I have. Yes, I'm not going to tell you the soldier's name who flashbanged me, but my first time in the killing house or
Wait, wait. What did he? Did he just say killing house?
down at the place where we did that sort of stuff in Hereford. As I went in to clean up afterwards, somebody threw or down at the
Wait.
his name. He flashbanged me, but my first time in the killing house or down at the place where we did that sort of stuff in Hereford.
What does he mean? The place that they did that sort of stuff. I was just glancing over that, like, what is he talking about? This feels like if a murderer is talking about how he used to kill people. Yeah, we used to kill people in the killing house. Like, having just a place called the killing house.
As I went in to clean up afterwards, somebody threw one in after me.
Clean up afterwards.
A little bit weird. Did I ever disobey orders? Not on an operation. I don't think I've ever gone against orders, but I have gone against plenty of orders, elsewhere. I can remember one time of note, we were doing an exercise and we were out in a jungle somewhere, and the exercise was really and I thought, no, I'm not doing this. So I deliberately broke my compass, walked off in a different direction, and just did my thing for 3 or 4 days, catching fish and eating them, which was very nice. Here we go. Shag, marry, kill. Bear Grylls, Billy Billingham, Ross Kentwell, Bear and Billy. I've served with Billy. Billy's a very good friend of mine.
Honestly, I don't care about this. Let's see another question.
So that's interesting question.
Are you ever allowed to leave a man behind? I would assume you are if you're basically ordered to.
Question this one, because leaving them behind in theatre is not the done thing. But actually leaving them behind whilst there's a battle raging is the done thing. Because, and I'll give you an example, whilst I was on a raid in a West African village, someone in my patrol did go down. You could hear him screaming. The natural instinct was to go and help out, but we've been told categorically nobody is going back for casualties until we've resolved this thing, because obviously I go back, I get hit, someone comes to save me, before you know it, you've got a pile of people over here and nobody doing what they should be doing anymore. So yeah, very difficult, but wherever humanly possible.
But honestly, I feel like I couldn't do that if it's someone that I've served with, because they've been with each other like as a group for like weeks, even months, some people years, and for one of them to go down and for you just be like, okay, well, let's go. I know that's not like how they feel, but like to not go after and help them, I couldn't. Like I would have to at least try.
You wouldn't leave anybody behind, but that was a difficult decision to leave my mate on the floor. I could hear him. He didn't seem to be doing too well. He pulled through eventually, but at the time, I found that extremely hard to do, and you had to do it. It wasn't a case of, in that case, the decision was made
I could never do that.
For me, really, by what I was doing, but it was a very hard thing to do. So yeah, that was tough. Here we go. Let's have a look. Are there any other countries' armies you feared most? Right, that's an interesting question, because fear.
That's what I want to hear this.
I don't think fear comes into it, but respect, yes, absolutely. Everybody, whether it be a flip-flop wearing, untrained maniac from wherever he came on the planet, wielding a sword, to the most highly trained Russian special forces. If you could come and have a go with us, we're going to roll out the red carpet for absolutely everybody and not treat anybody with contempt or not believe that anybody's any better or any worse.
So he's not mentioning
anything every time. Okay, so in that respect, it would be very naive and very stupid for me to sort of like to be labelling people as maybe all these are sort of like lesser.
He's taking the easy way out, the PR answer. I'll answer this. I don't think. I think people this day and age are more against war, and not only are they against war, they are very, what's it called? They're not open to the tragedy that comes with war. Because when they were having like World War II and like World War I and all those, they got used to the fact of war, and it just like became a routine. People have been desensitized, or like not desensitized. They've lived in the lap of luxury to where to go to war, it will be well, it will be unimaginable to them.
Right. Yes, I do. And I say that because I'm involved in a number of youth organisations, and what I see in youth today, although they're different to what we were when I was a kid, when the guns are firing, they will respond, and I can promise you that. And you know, with the military,
That's
don't
another
get
question.
desensitised to violence. No, not at all.
No shot. No fucking shot. She said he was happy about killing people.
I understand violence from both respects, from both receiving it and giving it. That doesn't desensitise me to it. That doesn't mean that I believe it's either wrong or right, or think it's cool or not cool.
That's literally what it means. If you're desensitized to it, you don't feel anything about it anymore.
I'm indifferent.
He literally described exactly what desensitized means. He just said, I'm indifferent to it. What does he think desensitized means? Desensitized, you mean when you're desensitized to the killing, you no longer feel good or bad about it. It's just something you do. He literally just described it exactly verbatim. I can't believe this.
I would have said. So yeah, that's not desensitized.
Do you think
Yeah,
a lot
not
of
at all,
people
yeah.
are desensitized in the army?
I think open as assistant. I'm like, oh, not. It's absolute. You up at night?
I'm gonna guess he says no. After all the answers I've heard from him, it's a no.
I've had a few rough nights sleep. Now, not because of stuff that I've seen, but
Yeah, of course. It's not because it's just because I like my wife's been nagging on me. It's like,
because I've woke up believing I was still doing stuff. And not that I've had a problem with that, but it's sort of like it's a bit of a stuff. And I went through a period, and I still dream to this day that I'm in the army. I still do it to this day. I still fall asleep and sometimes wake up thinking I'm in the army. I think it has a massive
I think that's
impact on
similar
your life.
to
The
PTSD.
stuff that you do will stay with you forever. And like I say, it does ultimately, if it stays with you forever. That's why.
No, but I can imagine that if you spend so much, you spend a lot of your life in the army, eventually you start to dream of it to where like it becomes such a big part of your life to where you can wake up and be like, forget that you're no longer serving, that you're no longer in a war.
One of the ways that what could be improved in the SAS? Great.
I don't care.
They finished things like support for ex-servicemen and women. There is.
Veterans, basically.
I would probably tend to say that sometimes there's not enough. I would also say that
Because I don't know nothing about like the veteran situation in the UK, so all I know that the US is it's very shit.
if you look at the format that the Americans use with their ex-military, etc., they probably do a little bit more over there, and was certainly.
So the US does more. Now I feel bad for military vets in the UK. If he says that US does more, I can only imagine what the UK does. UK does nothing at this point. Like if the US is doing more, which is basically the bare, not even the bare minimum. They do the minimum. They do nothing basically. For him to say that they do more, I can't. What does the UK even do at this point?
Could learn from here. Are we, as the public, press as well?
I feel like there's very few fear mongering. It's like how much of a threat are we as a public? Like, what other question? Who is the biggest hero to you? Actually,
I think in terms of who I aspire to be like the most.
I feel like he's gonna say what's it called? He's gonna talk about someone that I've never heard about. Someone who's like in the military, famous military person that I have no knowledge about, zero knowledge. I'll be like, yeah, sure.
School let me down, so I didn't really have that much faith in any of the people who should have been my role models when I was a kid. But my first real role model was a guy called Vern.
Yeah,
Vern, and he was my section commander in training, and I think he probably even.
Okay. Big up Vern. Okay, how do you deal with your mental health while serving? I wonder.
While serving, I didn't deal with it well, and it was taboo. And so, you know, eventually I probably done myself in a little bit with it, to be honest. And when I got out, I tried to mask it. And I was seriously in the belief that if anybody found out that I was suffering with mental health, then I'd be unemployable. I wouldn't be. And once you get out,
I feel like a lot of people think that if you talk about your problems, people will look down on you, and it will cause a lot of problems in your life to where like work and family, to where it's better just to avoid talking about it and just keep it yourself, which I never feel like is the actual answer. You should always be open and honest about how you feel.
you know, if you don't get no money, you don't eat. It's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't deal with it. I didn't deal with it very well, and that's why I'm a massive advocate of people talking about it, of people doing the right thing and seeking the right help and getting it sorted out. Because if you don't, it only goes one way. It gets worse and worse and worse. And like I say, I ended up in a little bit of trouble, a spot of bother, and it could have all come crashing down around my ears. Do I have PTSD? Depends who you ask. And that's
He literally just talked about having PTSD. Oh wait, oh wait, that's fine. Okay, and best piece of advice you've received. Let's see this.
I've been really blessed in as far as I've had some great pieces of advice given me. But one of the best pieces of advice I think I've received was as a young man when I was in the squadron, and the sergeant major said to me, he said, "Look, if you find a job that you enjoy, you don't go to work." And I think that's really stuck with me. And I've always done.
The advice in general is a good piece of advice. Hearing it from someone who's in the military doesn't feel as good, because you know that guy's going out there and killing people. So it's like, oh, when you love your job, man, you'll never feel like you're working a day in your life. Like out of context, general good advice. In context, feels kind of weird to be hearing that from someone who works in the military.
I've done stuff that I enjoyed, do you know what I mean? And if I don't enjoy something, I move on pretty swiftly, because you know life's too short to be doing stuff you don't enjoy. Do you know what I mean? There's the necessity.
It's hard for me for someone to say he enjoys being in the army and actually be happy about that. It feels weird because what does the army do mostly?
Sometimes I know you've got to pay your bills and all that sort of stuff, but you know, find something you enjoy to pay your bills, and if you can, you're laughing. Best day on the job.
I don't want to hear.
As people know, basically a series. My time.
What was the last question?
I told you it was full on to miss it. I still see my mates now and again. Of course I do. Absolutely.
Of course he fucking misses it. He has been fantasizing. He has been, what's it called? What's it called? He's been, what's the word? He's been fantasizing. He's been looking back at his past memories. He's been like, oh my god. He's gotten emotional. He literally told us about how happy he was in the military, how happy he was killing people, how he didn't feel any remorse about it. He wishes he could be in the military. At this point, he wishes that we had another war, a war for him to go to.
Full on to miss it. I still see my mates now and again. I don't see enough of them. You don't get enough time on this planet for the people you love. And unfortunately, I've spent quite a bit of my time with people that I don't love as a living. So, you know, my time now is spent with the people that I do truly love and the people that hold dear to me.
I also say
so that's, again, I'm going to get down an emotional rabbit hole with you now, but, you know, do I miss it? Of course I do.
Of course,
that's it.
Of course fucking do.
It's basically a series of...
Great video. Well, like me saying great videos, like I do not support most of the stuff he said. Some of the stuff came off very controversial, but all in all, not bad of a video. All in all, I would say it was a good watch.